Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders. Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Geno. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Counter play with Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
On 2nd and 12, Smith, complete, Jefferson the target. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
They'll fake it. Now Smith.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. T. Higgins from 21 yards away. And the Bengals will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to air one out. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. That was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means a free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Okay, break.
Here's Smith. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Now a give to Jenkins running right. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Smith. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Odafe Owe coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield now, Lawrence. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Lawrence. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Lawrence on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down. And he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Lawrence going to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Nico Collins, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now Gino on first down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
18, pioneer.
2
70.
minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Now a second down and 6.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Trap 50, trap 50.
Geno now to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. Good running right there, and this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Stuck for a loss by Christian Barmore.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Trap 60.
Out of the gun, Smith. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Divine Diablo there to make the stop. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
19 right.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Smith. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jordan Akins, as time expires in the first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and
this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Vegas. 46 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second down and goal. Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive of the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
19-5.
Now Gino. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
To the air again, Smith. And incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Smith. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gallop the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. James now to return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Smith. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Smith. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The end result, 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Jacobs will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet. But you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Raider offense set to get this drive started. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial. Oh, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Smith. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tariq Woolen picks it. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover. I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Let's go now. Go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 7, Smith. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
Pass the 60. Pass the 60. 79 Broncos.
Back to throw, Smith. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game.
And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action with Lawrence. He'll air this one out from Mims.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now here is another interception.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Smith going to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Smith throwing again. He's got a man, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Boswell for the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence.
And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Throwing now, Smith.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.